Yo, what up? How we doing? How we doing today? Back in here for another one. Hope y'all doing well. We're gonna get into some music, y'all. You already know. It's the Cook Up. I'm your host, J Pop. And on this day, we got Giuseppe Verdi's opera La Traviata debuted in Venice. The Temptations' classic My Girl reached number one. Oh, Verdi's opera came out 1853. The Temptations 1965. My Girl reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100. Led Zeppelin performed Stairway to Heaven in 1971 live for the second time at their first Dublin show in Ireland. 1976, Fleetwood Mac released the Stevie Nicks penned single Rhiannon. The Go-Go's album Beauty and the Beast reached number one in 1982, marking the first time an all-girl band topped the charts. 1995, Annie Lennox released her second solo album, Medusa. 2000, in 2000, Eric Clapton was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist. 2006, Pearl Jam released Worldwide Suicide as a free download after the song leaked in 2006. That was a different time, y'all. And then 2017, Chance the Rapper announced a $1 million donation to Chicago's public schools. So shout out to Chance for that one. And yes, let's move on. So we're going to be going over the True Patriotism Universal Student Access Act. It's kind of a big one there. It's going through the Capitol right now, so we're gonna look at that one. We'll also be looking at Dominique Dawes, the legend herself, is opening a gymnastics academy this weekend in Alpharetta. And we have a former College Park employee says he was forced to resign after pointing out a contrast that violated city policy. So we're going to take a look at those things. I hope y'all doing well today. It's a beautiful day. Let's get right into it. So let's start with this patriotism. So we're going to kind of go through this a little bit, this article. True Patriotism Universal Student Access Act. Very interesting. I don't know where it is in this article. Oh, right here. The Senate then got down to business debating 29 pieces of legislation on the calendar like SB 552, which enacts the True Patriotism and Universal Student Access Act. The bill creates guidelines to protect and expand student political expression and organization in public schools. True Patriotism Universal Student Access Act is inspired by Charlie Kirk's brave effort to bring both the Word of God and the truth of conservative values to school campuses across America through open discussion and debate in public forums. Senator Ben Watson of Savannah said public school students in Georgia must be permitted to engage in political activities and expression before, during, and after the school day in the same manner and the same extent that students may engage in non-political activities and expression. Interesting. An amendment by Democratic Senator Rashawn Kemp of Atlanta would have provided students an excused absence from school to participate in a political event of their choice. That's my goal, is to allow any student whatsoever their beliefs to have the opportunity to speak out and engage in the civic discourse, and also protecting them from protecting them should a school leader not agree with what they're trying to do. This interesting. But guess what, y'all? The amendment failed, but the bill passed overwhelmingly. Um, Interesting. So that's that. There's some other things that they did in this on this particular day. This is the 27th day in Congress, and the state Congress. But it's interesting because you have a dynamic where they're trying to get a bunch of bills passed before the crossover day deadline. So and I'm pretty sure that's coming up pretty quickly here. I'm not exactly sure when that date is, but I know it could be like as soon as next week. But I'm not exactly sure when that day is. And I don't think they say anything about it in this article. Oh, here it is. The last day that a bill can lawmakers will be back on Friday. Oh, okay. Yep. So that's today. So they're going to be back passing bills today, but today is the crossover day. The last day that a bill can cross from one chamber to the other. So very interesting. No, it shouldn't have an age limit. Everybody has that right to freedom of speech. Girl power, yes. Yeah, so that's that. Moving on. So let's get to Dominique Dawes, the GOAT, the legend herself. 1996 Olympics legend Dominique Dawes opening gymnastics academy this weekend in Alpharetta. There are several Dominique Dawes Academy gyms in other states. Here first in Georgia will open this weekend in Alpharetta. Dominique Dawes, a legendary Olympian who won the gold with the famed Magnificent Seven team at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, will open a gym in Alpharetta this weekend. Dawes announced last year she'd be expanding her Dominique Dawes Academy, which already has several locations in states including Maryland, Virginia, Texas, into Metro Atlanta. The gym will operate at 380 North Point Circle, and the grand opening is set for 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, March 7th. That's tomorrow. Set to open tomorrow. Interesting. She said in a post on X that she will be signing autographs and taking pictures with fans with her Atlanta gold medal. Kids and families can also tour the gym and equipment on Saturday. Georgia holds a special place in my life, as it has been 30 years since I won gold with my teammates in Atlanta. She wrote, "I am proud to be here with my new teammates, or with my new team, as we continue to inspire and make an impact for the next generation of children and their families. Come check us out." Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. That's very cool. So that's that. I love Dominique Dawes. She's the greatest, but she's so tiny, man. She's like, I think she's like still like 5'1". She's very small person, but good gracious. I remember I was 6 years old during the Olympics, and man, I just thought she was incredible. That whole team was really good. And they won. She won a slew of, I think, individual medals. But yeah, fantastic. Shout out to her for opening up a gym here. You would have thought she would have did it first. She didn't do Atlanta first. Like that's crazy.
So we just need to leave
oh,
the pettiness
nope.
alone.
This
I
at
don't
times
like-
heated discussion came after the
heated discussion. Leave the pettiness alone. Tell him. All right, here we go. Former College Park employee says he was forced to resign after pointing out a contract that violated city policy. That contract was put on Monday night's council agenda, which the former employee said is what should have happened in the first place. A former College Park employee said he was forced out of a job for speaking up and doing his job. Gerald Jones, the city's former procurement manager, said he was forced to resign after pointing out a contract that violated city policy. Jones said he learned the city was paying an engineer, but the contract the engineer was under violated the city policy because it was supposed to be sent to the council for approval, but instead it was approved by interim city manager Michael Hicks, stand-in guy. Jones said under the city's procurement policy, contracts over $10,000 must be approved by the city council. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just simply saying, according to the policy, your contract has to go to council, Jones said. He says a week after that conversation, Hicks asked to see him. When I walked into the room, I immediately knew what was getting ready to happen, Jones said. He said he recalled recent firings and resignations in the city. I'm like, okay, you all terminated the previous city manager at a council meeting in front of everybody, Jones said. In November, former College Park city manager Lindell Miller was abruptly fired. She said she was retaliated against. A month later, the city's police chief was abruptly resigned. Jones believes he was being retaliated against and that if he didn't resign, he'd be fired. I'm just sitting here. This man is forcing me to resign, Jones said. I'm just sitting here. And this guy is forcing me to resign. That's crazy. On February 20th, after being on the job for about 9 months, Jones resigned. And then he wrote the letter. The mayor and city council have appointed Mike. Hold on. Is this his letter? 11 Alive asked a spokesperson for the city about Jones' alleged allegations and received the following statement. Okay. All right. So this is his statement right here. The mayor and city council have appointed Mr. Michael Hicks as interim city manager and have full confidence in his leadership and ability to serve the city effectively. As the city's chief executive officer, the city manager is responsible for making decisions in the best interest of the organization and community. Leadership transitions, including executive level personnel changes, are a normal part of organizational management. Established internal controls, procurement policies, and financial oversight are all part of the city's operational continuity, which is designed to maintain transparency, accountability, and uninterrupted service delivery. When there are legitimate concerns regarding governance or financial management, the appropriate channels, including audits, ethics process, and legal review, exist to address them. True. Personal matters are confidential by law, and the city will not comment on private employment details in response to allegations. College Park continues to focus on responsible governance, fiscal stewardship, public safety, and serving our residents with integrity. Before resigning, Jones said he put the engineer's contract on Monday night's council agenda, so council will review it. The contract was not approved. During the discussion that followed, Mayor Bianca Motley Broom questioned how the engineer was being paid by the city in the first place. Mr. Grady has already been paid $10,987.50. How did that happen? Who approved that? Because this body didn't, the mayor said. Hicks spoke during the meeting, saying he felt the city's model for replacing engineers or other jobs like planners was not sustainable. So we'll see what happens with that. College Park, the city of College Park's management looks like it's in a bit of a crisis. Looks like we're on maybe the third city manager. This might be the second though, but this is a little wild. So we'll see. Man, must be approved by the city council. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looks like this will be handled in some way, by the council. Um, but it seems like there's some intimidation going on here from my guy, or I guess the council itself. Um, yeah, because you see a pattern here with everybody resigning. You had the city police chief abruptly resigned. The former manager, Lindell Miller, was fired. So Jones himself, he's just an employee. He's just trying to do his job, bro. As an engineer, my guy. Come on now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Former procurement manager. He's just trying to, trying to make the city function, bro. That's crazy though. Wow. Anyway, moving on. So we got this last one right here, and it's talking about the basically who's being affected first through the events that's happening, which states are being affected first as far as gas on what's happening in the Middle East right now. And hopefully this page will load eventually. I imagine that it will. Yeah. Or maybe it won't. Give it a second. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna have to stop. No, we're good. It's already off. All right. Georgia reportedly among states feeling first effects of Iran war gas price surge. Doesn't look real good. Gas Buddy market expert Patrick Dehan joined 11 Alive on Thursday morning to detail the gas price impacts being felt already in Metro Atlanta from Mid-East conflict. Georgia is reportedly one of the foremost states feeling the first effects of a gas price surge that's come amid the war with Iran. Patrick Dehan, a market expert with Gas Buddy, posted on Wednesday on his Substack that Georgia is the number 3 state with the largest weekly gas price rise, a 32.6 cent average increase since last week. Only Oklahoma 33.2 cents and Wisconsin 38.8 cents saw higher jumps. On Thursday morning, Dehan joined 11 Alive Dan Kennedy for an interview about the gas price situation in Georgia and more broadly in the U.S. as the Middle East conflict severely disrupts oil markets. Dehan told 11 Alive that right now in Atlanta it doesn't look real good, with the average price up 41 cents a gallon since last week. He said the overall price is back up to about 3.20 a gallon, 22 cents higher than a year ago and the highest level since 2024. But there may be a silver lining, at least for now. He explained that Georgia may just be ahead of the curve and that the price surge may plateau a bit from here, while other states have yet to see their own surge as significantly. A lot of us think of the increase as kind of a race. Some people cross the finish line earlier, some people later. There are laggards. There's not really a uniform way to see these prices go up. Georgia has a very heavy reliance on Colonial Pipeline, which is a massive pipeline that flows up the southeast into the eastern seaboard. So you are very quick at seeing prices funnel down with such a major piece of infrastructure. Having said that, with prices having gone up so significantly in Atlanta over the last week, you may be nearing the finish line in terms of the increases based on where the market is now. And the rest of the country, or at least some of the country, is still lagging behind. I'm not sure I agree with this assessment. I'm not sure if I agree with this assessment because, you know, I think of conflicts like it's kind of like chaos is a ladder. You know what I mean? Type deal. I know y'all have heard that before. And so the further you go up, the more detrimental and intense things get. So this could just be the beginning of a broader trend because of things outside of the gas market as well that affects it. Like, you know, things in the grocery store that you know makes things worse. So we'll see though. I think that if we do plateau on the increase, I think that a signal maybe we'll have some kind of resolution to something to the conflict over there. We'll be coming up on some type of resolution if we plateau, but I don't think we're gonna see a plateau. I think it's just going to intensify. But that's just my opinion. We'll see. The Strait of Hormuz, let's say. So for Atlanta, the worst of it may be over for now. The Strait of Hormuz and the problem that could stretch into the medium or near-term future. Dehan outlined that there is basically a supply problem created by the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, the critical passageway from the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea and then Indian Ocean, carrying Middle Eastern oil to markets all over the world. It's a small stretch of water between the tip of Oman and eastern Arabia to southern Iran, only about 20 miles wide at its thinnest point, and the threat of Iranian attack drones being used in retaliation on targets throughout the region has effectively closed the strait. The Strait of Hormuz carries 20 to 25 million barrels of oil per day. That's 20% of the global volume being consumed, Dehan said. That's just a huge kink in the hose. Not even oil from the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve would really do much to be able to replace the oil loss through the effect that many ships are now not moving through the strait. Why you can't just replace the oil supply and how time is the enemy. The problem, Dehan said, with just tapping into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which reportedly is not yet being considered, is that it really pales in comparison to the amount of oil supply being lost through the Strait of Hormuz. While the Department of Energy calls it the world's largest supply of emergency crude oil with about 402 million barrels as of August 2025, it takes only a few weeks of losing that 20 to 25 million barrels a day in the Middle East to overcome the market impact you could soften even if you were to use the entire reserve. What's lost in the Middle East can't necessarily easily be made up by the SPR, Dehan said. Meanwhile, he said that time is not on our side in terms of blunting the rise of gas prices. The problem is compounding itself every day in a significant way. We can't make up for the lost time, and every day that we see 20 million barrels not flowing through the strait is another day we're going to have to catch up. It could take at this point weeks or months to get this oil to where it needs to go, and you can't just suddenly build ships overnight that carry excess crude, Dehan said. Time is really the enemy here. He noted a pledge by President Trump to escort oil tankers faces logistical problems from Iran's drones that could just fly in, and there's so many of them to the point where escorts can't completely remove the risk. So I don't see a whole lot of good options here, Dehan said. Any good news? Dehan believes the price pressure will spur action, and while the national average is currently at $3.25 a gallon, he doesn't think will go as high as $4 a gallon, pegging his estimate on Thursday at 340 to 350. There's going to be a tremendous amount of pressure to fight this problem out. He said So that's what's going on. I don't really agree with his first point that he was making here with how it's gonna plateau somehow. Like when is anything ever plateaued like that? Like I don't, but we'll see. We're not in the era of plateaus. Like we're just not. But I do agree with his second point. Where he's saying, we can't use the strategic petroleum reserve to fuel the the whole nation. I guess you could supplement it, but it's gonna take so much more than that. We'll be out. Shoot, probably if we did that, we'll probably be out within a month, maybe 3 weeks. If they did it nationwide like that, supplemented the oil reserves, nationally. But yeah, I do agree with him. That is a huge problem. That is a huge problem. That they're gonna have to figure out with the Strait of Hormuz. So that's the news, y'all. That's what I got for today. Kind of a longer segment right there, but we're about to get on to the musical portion of this program. Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all staying safe. And if you haven't filled up your gas tank, fill up your gas tank because it's time. It's time. It's time, yo. I don't, it's not gonna get no better for a while. Oh, they talking about till this may last till September, which that basically means, we don't know how long this is gonna last. That's what you're saying. From here on out, like basically, this might be what we about. gonna be a little too quick. Close. Cause I can line these up, line them up, line them up. Oh, that's none. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah. Yep, but we're gonna use this. Oh yeah, some of these didn't line up the way I wanted them to. That's okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, now we can speed it back up. What was that? 140? I was at 140. Don't want it to be too fast, but I just want it to be nice and comfy. Nice and comfy, you know? That's all I want. Keep the drums very simple for this. You know, I'm trying to overdo it. Could be good just to use an 808. You know what I mean? I might do that, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to layer this with something. I'm gonna keep them both on the same channel. And we just gonna turn this one down just a little bit. It's a little better. A little darker. Close. into the mixer. Let me get out of this loop. I've been in this same loop the whole time. Line it up. So I still need this snare reverb to go into my drum bus here. Only to this. And I need my drum bus going there, that going there, that going there. Okay, and I need actually need this reverb to be going not to my mix bus, but actually to my front pocket here. And then I need my keys to be going to this back pocket here. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. As far as this mixing thing, push this and but I would really want to put like let's got this loop right here. This particular thing would go into the aux bus here. I should have did the delay first and then into the reverb into the back. Yeah. No, into the front. So let's see. Let's flip this around and see if we can get this right. So reverb into the delay. And then this reverb goes into the front. And then my guitar needs to go straight into the delay. This is gonna make it loud because it's gonna double. Yeah, it's a lot better. Now I can turn the delay down a bit because it's kind of stacked on, caked on heavy now. Coming through a lot better. And then of course I would redirect my bass to the bass here. So rapidly loud. Yeah, but that's about it, y'all. That's all I got for today. As always, I love y'all very much. You take care of yourself. You take care of each other. Take care of the people around you. And I will catch y'all next week. Love y'all very much. Peace.